Barbados Agriculture Development and Marketing Corporation. This is Patricia Benedict. I'm opposite the Immigration Office. This is Princess Alice Highway, I think. I can't remember. Yeah, I think this is Princess Alice Highway. This is the office there. I've had several people complaining to me about the onion situation here, and I'm recording. I don't know if you want to be in the thing. I didn't record it, and then I'm video recording. Yeah, and then yeah, people have had a lot of issues. People have having issues with the. Having issues with the onions, and I decided to go in person to find out what was going on. People had several complaints where they lost all the onions, and they didn't make one sale profit. So I went there to ask a question. The lady was very helpful. So my main question I asked her, was there a sign saying that about the onions, because these onions were for sale, for those who don't know, allegedly it was $40, but you got $15 discount. But guys, I asked a question. I said, were there signs stating that no refunds? She said no, it was word of mouth. I said to her, well, people were bringing back the onions and they weren't getting a refund. She said, no, all the onions were sold in one day. So I would like the public, the people, the vendors and the shopkeepers or whatever, were those onions sold in one day? Because they were trying to say to me, allegedly, that the onions were sold in one day, so that when they brought back, nobody, I get the impression that they're saying, allegedly, that nobody brought back any onions the same day. But I find that very hard to believe, because people would have work in the have shops and in the markets would have wanted to use the onions the same day. I know of a friend who had only a whole bag. She bought 2 bags and she was only able to use a little bit out of 1 bag. Allegedly, one person said half a bag. They bought 2 bags and they only got half of the onions. Now, for the cooperation, the whatever they are, if you're Barbados corporation, and y'all should know better than that. I want to find out exactly. I want the feedback from the people, not you all, the people, and how much they have lost pertaining to the onions, because the lady was trying to sell me, it was just this batch that weren't 100%, and allegedly. But what I said to her, well, when people have even like supermarkets, when they have foods for, they know they're going to expire, they would have a sale or whatever. But then the people have, we as customers will see that when we look at the sign, the food thing, we say, well, this is expired. So why would I want the feedback from people from the onions? I didn't like the response they wanted. First of all, when you're doing something like that, and I am, and in my opinion, they were aware of what they were doing. They were aware of the situation, because if all the onions were sold in one day, they would have had people that would have come and they would have want to use it for the market, so they would have come back with the onions whilst they were still selling more. Now, if that was the case, they should have ceased from selling any more of the onions. I want your opinion about it, and today is the 16th. I want to find out if they still have onions selling there, because they said that was that batch. So when somebody came to buy 2 bags and they said, oh, that was the old batch, but this is a new batch. I want to find out, today is the 16th of July, if they're still selling those bad onions. And why was that allowed to happen? It should have never happened. If something is bad, you don't sell it to people. And I know some of the people are, she's trying to explain to me that one time they had it at 75%. And nobody complained. Nobody would complain because a lot of people are struggling to and making money, struggling. And if they get something like this, I said they're happy to get it. But do not. This is, to me, I feel that, and I strongly believe that if people have the receipts and still have the onions, they should get a refund. Because if it was Benedict, legally they would have to give me my refund, because one, they didn't have no sign saying, posted anywhere stating that no refund on the onions. There was, I want to get that clear. Now she was saying that they were saying at word of mouth. It was only word of mouth, maybe because they were getting a lot of feedbacks that day. So I want the public that were affected by this. This is Princess Alice Avenue. I want the public, this is opposite immigration, who are the people that bought onions from this company, and what were the feedbacks? Did they lose all? Did they make their money back, or did they lose the money due to the fact the onions weren't good? The onions weren't good. My friend lost a whole bag and she only sold a little bit. And I said to her, she threw away the onions. I said to her, you should not have thrown away the onions, because I would have legally make sure you got back your money. And guys, what they did, they would have probably only did that after the fact, is that when they were probably having a lot of complaints, and that's my opinion, then they stamped it no refund. But you should not have put no refund on the stamp. You should have had signs around stating no refunds, and specifically for what.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.